excited because this is something I've been wanting to do for like the longest time, and I'm finally getting it together, and I'm finally doing it for you guys because it's been a dream to teach about cooking. It's been one of my longest passions other than painting and taking photos. I feel like cooking is very dear to my heart. It connects me back home. I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic, a small little island in the Caribbean right next to Haiti, and they have the best food. If you want to argue, hit the comments. Hit the comments. We can talk about it. But Dominican Republic has the best foods, the best spices, and I can be the most proudest Dominican if it wasn't for the food. I couldn't be. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going to be going on in this channel. I will be sharing a lot of recipes, vegan only. Not come at me to teach you how to do some chicken, even though I know how to do it. I'm not going to teach you guys how to do that because this channel we're going to be focusing on wellness, whether that being DIYs at home or just, you know, easy recipes for you guys to indulge in and enjoy with your family, as well as story time. You know, my life has been a crazy roller coaster the past few years, so I will definitely be sharing some stories and some of my visual work because without my artistry, none of this will be happening. So stay tuned. I love y'all, and please enjoy this mango making video because I promise you it's a Dominican delicacy and one of my childhood favorites. Ghetto hearts right now. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be making mangu, one of my childhood favorite dishes. It's a comfort food, it's a Dominican delicacy, and there's nothing better out here. I wouldn't be your auntie if I wasn't teaching you this. So, ingredient list, of course, plantains. I love plantains because like they're the most diverse starch, I guess, and you can fry them, you can boil them, you can make soup with them. But today we're gonna be making mangu, which is essentially mashed plantains with butter. We're gonna be using butter. And then in the Dominican Republic, we like to do it with golpe, which is egg, salami, and cheese. I'm a vegan, so I don't do no egg, no salami, no cheese. But we do have vegan cheese. We have the smoked Gouda, and we have vegan sausage from Field Roast. This is my favorite vegan sausage to use. And we're gonna be pairing it up with microgreens from Hydroponics because, you know, we need our nutrients. Literally, microgreens are one of the best things you can put in your food because it's like just a teaspoon is like a whole bowl of salad. So thank you to Green Goods for sourcing it. And we're gonna be making a ginger glaze for the avocado because we need our salad. Also for Green Goods. Shout out to y'all. Butter to go with the plantains, and then we have red onions. And let's get into it. Okay, so we want to make sure we wash our hands and we take our time because as we cook, we do not want to bring any bacteria from the things we touch. And we also want to make sure we wash in between cutting our vegetables because we do not want to cross-contaminate. And that's on God. This is how you get your hands. Vinegar to pickle our red onions. Red onions, she's big. And then we're gonna be chopping up our Field Roast vegan sausage and melting a bit of the Gouda smoked cheese to go with our mangu. And with that, we can't forget our greens, so we're gonna have, you know, a nice little avocado, nice little buttery avocado with a ginger, olive oil, lemon piece, and topped with our lovely microgreens. So first, what you want to do is get yourself a knife that cuts. Please do not be playing with no dull ass knife. You want to cut both ends of the plantain. That's why I said do not get no dull ass knife. You need that shit coming right off. So you want to make a small incision all the way down. Make sure it's deep enough so that you can open it. So grab it from there, go into the plantain. Okay, there we go. So you want to go into the plantain like this and start taking off the skin. So we just chopped up 2 plantains. We're gonna do 2 more, so we can have 4. We're gonna be making mangu for about 3 people. And since we're not making tostones or anything like that, you could just cut it in 3s in the bowl and repeat the process. I'm gonna make an incision all the way down. Ooh. And please be safe. Safety first. I almost just took half of the berry. It gets easier with practice. It's not an easy fruit to peel. And bananas are a fruit. Well, plantains are a family of the banana. Genius musa, if I'm saying it correctly, is the family of these type of fruit. Regular bananas, sweet plantains, burro bananas. So a whole lot of variety, and I think that's what it is. It's like avocado. Usually people don't think avocado is a fruit, but it is. And you could have it salty. It's not necessarily a thing like this myth that fruits are all sweet. Casara. I want to make a nice big pot of mangu. So here we have 4 green plantains. And what we're going to do is put them to boil for about 20 minutes on high heat with some salt and pepper, because we want to make sure that water has a little bit of taste, because essentially we're going to be using it in the mashing process. So let's boil these babies. If you have any vegetable stock, like earlier I made a squash puree, you could reuse that water. If it was the same day, you could reuse that water to boil your plantains, because it will give it a nice little flavor in the background. Also, recycle, baby, because it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Now we're going to be cutting our onion so we can pickle it while our plantains are cooling off. So what you want to do next is some vinegar on it. Alright, look this up. Make sure they're fully submerged. I'm going to put these in the fridge. Now we'll get the knife. Shout out to Green Goods for sourcing the best ginger, organic and local. I'm gonna get a chunk of the root, and then we're gonna just cut it, put little indentations into it. So we want to add a little bit of clover honey to the garlic and squeeze of lime juice. Mix that. And this is actually a great remedy if you have a sore throat, if you have a cough. Ginger, lime, and some honey can really help. And we're gonna be putting this to the side with a little bit of olive oil, and then later on, once we are done pickling our onions, we're gonna add a little bit of that vinegar into this potion right here. Plantains in a bowl, we're gonna let it cool off a little bit. We're gonna save this water for later. Get the butter ready. We use the rest of this butter. I'm using vegan butter, Earth and Balance. I will say that's about 3 tablespoons of butter. Stick, and then what you want to do is just gonna start soaked in that butter. And this is why we need to make sure we keep the water, so we can use a little bit of that water and just sprinkle it on top. So I added just a teaspoon of salt and another half of butter. So pretty much if you're making a serving for more than 2 people, I'll say use a whole stick of butter so you could get a nice smooth consistency, especially if you're using a lot of plantains. Make sure you got that whipping arm because you're gonna need it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the water lastly after finish mashing it since it was boiling, and then we're gonna preserve that heat while we cook our sides. So now we're gonna be chopping up our salami look-alike, but in this instance it's gonna be the vegan sausage. I'm gonna cut it chorizo style. We're gonna make sure we cut it at a diagonal so we have a longer strip, chorizo style, I would like to call this. We'll cook our pickled onions. We're gonna use a little bit of the vinegar for our dressing, so we're gonna pour that in there, and then the rest is going to go. Let that cook on medium heat for about 5 minutes. So now we're gonna melt our cheese. Because this is vegan cheese, it's a little bit harder to melt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some butter, add some butter to our pot, and then we're gonna grab at least 3 to 4 slices of our smoked Gouda. So we added some butter to the pan. We added our cheese, and now we're just creating kind of like a fondue melted cheese situation. I use a little bit of ground nutmeg, add a little bit of paprika as well, a little bit of ground chipotle, just a little bit, a bit of oregano, complete seasoning, and a bit of garlic. So I'm gonna make sure they're nice and brown so they get that salami. Dominican Mangu con los 3 golpes bust down. We have Mangú with a side of cheese, melted smoked Gouda, vegan sausage with a little bit of paprika and nutmeg to make it more salami-like. Red pickled onions with a side of avocado and arugula microgreens. Like I'm back home. The cheese is delicious. It's a bit weird because obviously it doesn't have the same consistency as regular cheese, but nonetheless it's delicious. The onions really bring such a flavor to it. It really puts everything together. So if you try this recipe, make sure to tag me at auntie_Guillen. And subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. And if you guys need the ingredient list or the breakdown of this recipe, make sure to check out my website or the description down below where everything will be listed. This edition I will be introducing myself and making some delicious mangu because as you guys know or may not know. Okay, so hi, my name is Gianni. You are divine. You can speak English. You can communicate. Let's do it. Yeah. Welcome back to my channel, Auntie Things.